Hey there, it's Lauren Fraser here. Today I'm going to talk about triage advice for horses who are showing aggressive behavior. Aggression is a common reason for people to contact me. Aggression in horses can appear as things like threats of aggression, such as ear pinning or bite threats or kick threats, or it can involve actual acts of aggression, such as biting, kicking, or striking. Aggressive behavior can be directed towards people or other horses, and sometimes horses can even direct it towards themselves, where they actually show aggressive behaviors to themselves and in some cases even mutilate themselves. Horses who are behaving aggressively are not only dangerous to be around, the aggressive behavior generally indicates that the horse is feeling a pretty high level of stress and unhappiness, and that's something that we always want to address. So common advice for dealing with aggression in horses is to use punishment. So smacking the horse, backing them up, moving their feet, those sorts of things. But the problem with using punishment to address aggressive behaviors is that it doesn't address why the aggressive behaviors are happening in the first place. Horses can display aggression for a number of reasons, such as pain, fear, confusion, or even prior learning. So when I get a call from a new client whose horse is showing aggression, one of the first things I do is usually give that client some triage advice. And triage advice is kind of first aid advice, and the purpose of which is to have the client see an immediate reduction in the frequency and intensity of the problem behavior. It also keeps the horse and the person safe, and triage advice also stops the horse from getting more practiced at the behavior. So repeating the behavior again and again, we want to avoid that happening. And also in cases where emotions such as fear are at the root cause that the behavior is happening, it gives the horse a little bit of a mini holiday from feeling those emotions and feeling the stress that goes along with it. And this little stress holiday really primes the horse to be ready to learn when we do start a retraining plan. So for example, if I get a call from a client whose horse is showing aggression towards people when food is delivered, my triage advice will be geared towards helping that client set things up so that in the immediate short term, no one has to deliver food to the horse, and instead the horse might be brought into areas where the food is already present. Once I start working with that client, that approach will probably change a little bit as I'll determine why the behavior is happening, and I'll have started working with the client to teach the horse how we want them to behave instead. So if your horse is showing aggressive behaviors, I hope this video offered you some short-term triage advice to help keep both you and your horse safe. And if you need help with your horse, I'm always available.